Time for the Sunday Roundtable. We are joined by Democratic political analyst Marianne Marsh and Republican political analyst Rob Gray. You just heard Congressman Neal. How convincing was he on the Build Back Better bill's chances of passage by the Senate either this year or next year?
Well, I thought Richie Neal made a great point. The House has passed 4 huge packages in the last year alone. And the reason is Nancy Pelosi. So put Nancy Pelosi in charge of the Senate and the White House, cut the deal on voting rights, cut the deal on Build Back Better, and it will all happen because that's how infrastructure happened. Nancy Pelosi cut the deal with Sinema.
Well, since she isn't and she won't be, what do you think the chances are it'll get through the Senate?
Nancy Pelosi's going to get it through the Senate. I'm serious. That's a fact.
How about you, Rob?
Build Back Better is biting the dust as we speak. I mean, Biden backed off on it now, admitted it's not going to happen this year. And here's the reason. Biden and congressional leaders are hiding the true cost from the voters, and they sense it. The Congressional Budget Office, nonpartisan, came out this week, said it's going to cost $3 trillion more than the $1.7 trillion that Democratic leaders are advertising. That's why it's failing. And also, it's Democrats who are killing it. Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema.
Hold on.
They know how much this is going to cost. The biggest domestic spending bill ever.
Well, is there a Republican vote for anything? Voting rights, Build Back Better, infrastructure, anything? Nothing. So it's Republicans who are sitting on their hands doing nothing. And the most egregious thing is on voting rights. So, okay, at least Democrats are getting stuff done and helping people, and Republicans are just sitting there.
But Build Back Better, unnecessary. If it was necessary, all your Democrats would vote for it. You could pass it tomorrow in the Senate.
Voting rights will get passed for that very reason.
All right, let's move on to rapid testing. Rapid tests are now finally being distributed here in Massachusetts to the most vulnerable cities and towns across the state. But it's clear there are not enough of these, and they're not getting to the places they need to in time for the holidays. Who is more responsible, the president or the governor? Marianne?
Charlie Baker. There are 7 million people in Massachusetts. He sent out 2.1 million kits, period, full stop. So there's plenty of money in Massachusetts from the federal government, the state government. Give every household multiple kits so they can test everybody in that household, drop them off, mail them, do it. Treat this like the public pandemic it is.
Listen, the governor could have done it sooner, and he could have done more test kits. But the governors are relying on the feds. Joe Biden bragged that he was going to snuff out COVID. He hasn't done it. He's essentially pursued the same strategy on COVID that Trump has. He could have gone out and used the Defense Production Act to make more rapid tests. Many people in public health knew this was a smart thing. Biden didn't do it. The states can't go out and produce more of these test kits. The feds have to do it.
And to follow just up on that, what about the booster rollout? You know, the governor had sort of said we're going to leave this to more community organizations and make it more local. And now Fenway Park will be opening in January as a booster clinic. Should this have been open sooner?
I mean, they're ramping up quickly. They know they can ramp up quickly. Sure, it could have happened before Thanksgiving.
No, Massachusetts used to be a leader. They used to lead on things, especially on health care. Massachusetts has not led on any of this. It has lagged, and it's only been public pressure that has moved Charlie Baker, sadly.
But listen, but governors have been left flapping in the winds by the feds of both parties, so we have to remember that as well.
You can do these things on your own. You can.
Okay, Lydia Edwards' victory this week means Boston keeps its title of the most number of state senators. It turned into a nasty fight at the end, but Anthony D'Ambrosio conceded early. He didn't apologize, but he acknowledged the best candidate won. So the question is, Rob, does he have a future beyond the Revere School Committee?
I mean, flip a coin, who knows? I mean, as Marianne knows, most successful candidates lose at some point, and it's those who are willing to come back and try it again and risk losing again who succeed. Not everybody has the stomach for it. We'll see.
Marianne, I have a feeling you're going to disagree.
Well, Anthony D'Ambrosio lost by 20 points. And he used a tactic against Lydia Edwards that was used against Michelle Wu at the end of her campaign, that was used against Maura Healey a few weeks ago. And it's nice to see the tactics of the Wayback Machine, old school that weren't right then, getting defeated now. Lydia, what I'm more encouraged by is the fact that Lydia won, and won big. And it's yet another woman of color, a more diverse young population of political figures who are getting elected to office. So I'm encouraged by this. She didn't have the money. He had TV ads all day long, but that's all he had, and she crushed him.
Edwards' strong allegiance with Mayor Michelle Wu, well, it gives the new Boston mayor an extra voice, certainly at the State House. Will it matter, though, since it is the House that is likely to give Wu fewer votes.
Look, the more senators you have, they can work their delegation. They can work their state reps. You can cobble votes together across the state. And even if you end up short with votes in the House, that can become a negotiation at the end between the House and the Senate. There are lots of ways to put votes together, and Michelle Wu's going to figure that out fast.
I mean, my advice to Mayor Wu is don't depend on the State House for your success. They move at a glacial pace. She should be out there on her own pursuing mayoral executive action if she's smart.
Speaking of the new mayor, she is taking aggressive efforts to clear out Mass and Cass. How's she doing, and will it really work to alleviate the problem long term, Rob?
I mean, I think she's doing well. She's taking it on more than I thought she was going to. I thought she was going to have the acting mayor sort of take the hit on this before she took office and then, try and mediate the situation. But I think it's smart. Use an abandoned hotel, get the tents off the street, start to get your arms around this. The past two mayors, a real mayor and an acting mayor, didn't do much about it.
Do you agree, Marianne?
100%. Look, in 1 month, she not only has a plan and a real plan, she's implementing that plan. And by the way, they interviewed every single person on Mass and Cass, asked them their opinions, asked them what they needed. And to Rob's point, she's doing this, and we talked about it before, all in Boston, where she can control all of it. So let's remember that bridge was closed 7 years ago by Marty Walsh, and Michelle Wu's done more than 1 month than he did the whole time he was there after he closed it.